Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a horror movie review and I'll be having a look at the movie episode 50. Now episode 50 on the surface it looks like a kind of rip-off of the Grave Encounters movie, and in some regards it is. Now the reason why I say it in some regards is because obviously Grave Encounters, you've seen that as a found footage film, and this film can't decide whether it's a found footage film or a kind of a traditional sort of narrative film. So it follows a very sort of similar sort of premise. Ultimately, there's a team of sort of ghost hunters or paranormal investigators that have a TV show, and they're about to film their 50th episode, which is basically this kind of apparently abandoned insane asylum they've never been able to get to, and because of this, something to do with this rich guy who's kind of got out of prison or something, some convoluted reason anyway, they're allowed to go in there. However, it turns out there's kind of another team of kind of religious investigators as well that are sort of going to investigate this asylum at the same time. And ultimately, they go in there and decide that there is actually sort of paranormal phenomenon going on. And it turns out there's this kind of evil spirit that's kind of together with this kind of demon that's ultimately sort of trapping all these spirits in this asylum. And ultimately, it takes them to a kind of a prison as well. In a kind of bizarre twist. So, kind of what's the issue with this film? Okay, so the first thing, as I've mentioned, it can't actually decide whether it's a found footage film or a kind of normal film, if that makes sense. And it kind of flips between the two, but you can never really tell what it is you're actually looking at, if that makes sense. So, in some instances, you'll see the actors kind of looking and actually talking to the actual camera, and it's meant to be this kind of this lost episode of this sort of TV documentary. But then some of the sort of the camera angles and stuff like that, and there's even a few instances where they'll kind of be talking to a camera, then you'll kind of see a different shot where it's kind of panned out and kind of looking, but there's no cameraman there. So there's these two guys walking down the hall, and what they're talking to, like, you'll see them talking to a camera, like there's a cameraman behind them, and it will literally pan out, and there'll be just the two of them there with no one else there. So it's just very badly made film. This is, we're meant to believe it's an insane asylum. It's kind of it's been abandoned for ages. But it's absolutely like pristine condition, like no dirt or dust anywhere. It's fully lit. In kind of they end up going in the last act of this film. Apparently there's this kind of evil spirit that originated from this prison, and they just managed to literally just stroll into this prison. That you don't see any guards, you don't see any inmates or anything. It's very ridiculous. The acting is also extremely hammy. It's almost comical. The kind of the reaction to like, what's going on? And it's like really stupid. And the other thing I've noticed as well with this movie is kind of it looks like they've kind of made the film, and then they kind of thought, actually, there's not a lot of kind of scary stuff in this. So then they've kind of gone back and just filmed some completely random scenes of kind of like these sort of superimposed ghosts wandering around like halls, but with nothing to do with the actual story or not with any characters, and then kind of just planted them in different sections of the film. It's a really weird film. Very poorly made, I have to say. I mean, if you kind of like your sort of cheaper horror movies, I mean, Grave Encounters itself was never a huge budget film, but even that had some kind of like lower budget knockoffs like Real Evil, The Crying Dead, which are infinitely better than this one. So I have to say, this is actually a film I would say is it's so bad it's kind of funny to watch. The ending as well. I mean, this kind of CGI devil. It looks like it's from a Tenacious D music video. It's so funny. Honestly, this film is a joke. I mean, if it's not scary at all. I mean, there's very little gore. There's literally not even any jump scares in it because like I said, that it looks like they kind of made it. They realised there's not actually any horror in it, and then kind of shot these just kind of random, like badly superimposed ghostly images. It's so funny. It's such a funny film to watch, but not for the right reasons, I'm sorry to say. So what am I going to rate it? Well, I have to say, I struggle to find anything really positive about this film, apart from just the fact that it is genuinely a film that you just laugh at, because there's nothing. This film is so badly made. So I'm going to give this one, for that reason, a 1.5 out of 10. Just the extra 0.5 because I just found it amusing. 1.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.